The emphasis on women's appearance affects more than just women on screen. It's affecting women's ability to participate in the political process. Ironically, the more power women gain, the stronger the backlash against them. And this phenomenon is most evident in the way the media disrespects our female leaders.
She's irresistibly cute, let's put it that way. In the way she presents herself, obviously she's attractive and all that.
Sarah Palin looks really hot in that hat. She just said that she doesn't know how cars work. Oh, that's crazy. Have you seen the hat on her?
Both you and Sarah Palin are good-looking women. I mean, you're attractive, young, relatively young women.
Kagan he's going to put on the U.S. Supreme Court. Isn't there such a thing about the aesthetics of the appointee? Let's put it to you this way. She's not the type of face you'd want to see on a $5 bill.
I think I'm going to send Sotomayor and her club a bunch of vacuum cleaners to help them clean up after their meetings.
Cynthia McKinney, the former congresswoman from Georgia, was another angry black woman.
Look at these ugly skanks who make up the female leadership of the Democratic Party.
Do you know that ugly hag, Madeleine Albright? Remember her? A psycho. She was the Secretary of State under Clinton. Remember, like a fat moron.
And now we have the Wicked Witch of the West, you know, Nancy Pelosi.
I think if Speaker Pelosi were still capable of human facial expression, we'd see she'd be embarrassed.
Nancy Pelosi, get another facelift, lady. Another reason why it's very rare to find a woman worthy of serving in political office.
And it's bye-bye Pelosi.
And Hillary Rotten Clinton, her thighness, is no better than Dumbo with the big ears.
When she raises her voice, and when a lot of women do, you know, it's, as I say, it reaches a point where every husband in America has heard it one time or another.
You get a woman in the Oval Office, most powerful person in the world, what's the downside?
You mean besides the PMS and the mood swings?
There's probably no more powerful influence in the way we view power than the way media treats power. And media treats power as defined by men, because it has been, throughout our generation and the ones before, generally defined that way.
When press representations of women who are, running for the highest office in the land are focusing, for example, on how women look instead of what they've done or their issue positions, that's got to impact the audience in terms of how they evaluate and judge those women. One of the things it does is it trivializes them. It makes women seem less powerful.
During the Democratic National Convention in '84, when Geraldine Ferraro was running, she was introduced on national television as the first female vice presidential candidate, size 6. So this is not new.
My colleague did a study looking at Elizabeth Dole and her race for president. She was coming in second in Iowa at the time, after George Bush, and there was much more coverage of her appearance than there was of the substance of what she was talking about.
When I ran for Congress, I was campaigning at grocery stores, and a woman came up to me, and she put her arms around me, and she whispered, "Don't worry. You don't look nearly as fat in real life as you do on TV." The week before the election, a man came up to me and he said, "You seem great, but I don't feel like I could vote for you for Congress. I feel like I should hire you as a babysitter."
When I first ran for public office, which is now over 20 years ago, although my youngest was a senior in high school, the question I was most frequently asked was, who's going to be taking care of your children? And of course, it's one of those questions that I don't think a man is